Hello and welcome to Bern in Switzerland for the World Climbing Series. It is finals time, and as you can see, the crowd in the stadium are getting hyped and ready. My name is Matt Groom, and it's a pleasure to be joined by Chloe Koskoy in the commentary box. Chloe, hello. First of all, let's just quickly talk about qualies. Not quite the result you wanted.
Yeah, hey Matt, psyched to be here in the booth today. Yeah, like you said, the qualification was tricky for me. Didn't quite live up to what I was able to do in Cachao, but the boulders were risky, very committing, and wasn't quite in the right headspace to make it work and kind of figure out the complexity as quickly as I had to. But it happens. Next one's in 5 days, so we'll be back for that and hopefully switch it up, show up in a better headspace and do something nice.
Fantastic. Well, I cannot wait to see that. And we are seconds away, as you can see. The lights are going, and it's almost time to climb. So, world ranking then, let's have a little look at that. The Eurohold's overall title, that is what everyone is going for. Zelia Abazu leading the way after that gold medal in Cachao, but she won't have a chance to add to that score, well, she will to add to it, but not that much points, because she was out of semis quite early on. Yanya second, and then Osh third. So Osh, Chloe, the only one who can really add to that score in terms of the top three anyway, with Yanya missing here today.
Yeah, Osh looking super solid across all the rounds, really. Qualies, semis, but in Cachao as well, all 3 rounds. Looks very composed. Great climber. I love watching her. She's a little taller too, so personally I like to see how she makes it through the boulders. And
yeah, she seems
her all
your
the
style.
best in this round.
Well, that was the season details, as we just saw. We end in November kind of time, at the very end, in Gunsan for the para climbing competition. Now, let's have a look at the semi-final, shall we? This is going to be a bit of a highlights, Chloe, so maybe you can talk me through this. It was so good to see the reaction.
This was epic. Yeah, the crowd was so psyched. They've got those letters out for her.
But Zelia not making it, so unfortunate for her. This is Melody, that nasty triple crimp. And what did you think of the slab?
Yeah, I thought the slab was really cool. Definitely kind of one of those that I think is pretty approachable, but having it at the end of the round is pretty stressful. You have to kind of make committing moves with the feet, and if you're really in your head about the last 3 boulders, it's pretty tricky to make something happen. But definitely wanted to get the slab done. I think everyone who's in the final managed to do the slab.
But this boulder much, much harder. Here is Oriane launching across it. She had a bit of a slow start to her comp, picked it up in the final 2, especially on that slab. She had to get that done and did.
Yeah, I have to always stay composed through to the last boulder. You never know. And like for this round, if you were able to get all the other zones and do something nice on the slab, you could sneak your way in. So nice to see her.
Yeah,
and
nice
Lucille,
to see.
it's so cool to see her in the final. I was talking to her the day before, and we said, okay, you're first out in the semi. Zelia had been first out in the semi in Cachao. You never know what's going to happen, and it's cool to go in with no expectations, have an insane round, and it's so amazing to see her in finals tonight.
Ever finals.
I'm very excited for her. Erin looked super solid as well as always.
Yeah,
really
she won
strong.
gold here last year as well, so she's kind of the favourite on paper. Yeah, she looked fantastic. And then, Matt, we were both talking about this lady's infectious smile. It just gets you, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's always fun. Whenever she, manages to top something, gets psyched like that. Personally, I love to watch that. It just pulls you right in. You're like, okay, we're here. You can kind of see the work that goes behind that. And when a moment comes
and then
like that,
your
like,
housemate here, right? Brooke Rafferty.
Yeah, Brooke and I have been living together in Paris with Mayulis since September. So it's been amazing training with her, and I'm so psyched to see her in the final again.
Yeah, Cachao seemed to be like she was working through some teething issues, and then she's back here.
Yeah, she's back.
And then this lady, I mean, she's a little bit of a freak at the moment in terms of how good she is. She was miles above everyone else in the semis.
Yeah, Annie's looking pretty unreal on the wall, super composed. Top on Boulder 2 in the semi was pretty incredible.
Climbs everything differently, does Annie Sanders. All right, well, that's what happened this morning. And now the 8 who have made it through from the 24 who qualified for semis are waiting backstage. And we have some pretty cool shots, actually, from our TV crew, Obsessed Media, on the ground, providing backstage stuff, which I quite like to see. And then the boulders, of course, out on the stage. Boulders 1 and 2 just off your screen. And Chloe, the overhang in the middle here of this wall, from this angle it looks flat, especially with the lights, but very steep there.
Yeah, it's steep. It's definitely not like the steepest wall that we've that we ever get. I think Kachow, we definitely had some steeper panels, but it's the steepest wall here in Bern. I'm sure we might see later. I'd assume it's probably 30 to 35 degrees, maybe 40 degrees over here.
Wow.
Those holes are not good, so it'll be challenging to get that one done.
Well, the sound is deafening here. The athletes announced to the audience. And you can see a lot of blue going on there as Japan, France are represented, and England, Britain, of course. Very cool to see. So this is the 8 who have made it through to this stage. Tomorrow it's the men's semi-finals and men's finals.
Got Melody back in her final as well, which is really awesome. I think she's starting to have made quite a few finals, but I don't think she's ever podiumed. So that will be exciting to see if she can put something together here in Bern.
Yes, it would be fantastic. She climbed herself just into this finals, getting the last spot, so she'll climb first. And then Osh McKenzie, she got a bronze medal in Kachow. She's looking a little bit nervous out there. It is intense, isn't it?
Yeah, she told me that in the quali she felt a little bit nervous, and like the moves were quite risky. I think that's been a theme across the competition, and so that always kind of brings out the nerves and makes it hard to climb confidently. But she was solidly in the semis, and I think she looked a little more relaxed in the semis, so excited to see her.
And Oriane Berton steps forward. A huge reaction from this Swiss crowd. It's almost like France see this comp as almost their home comp in a way.
Yeah, I mean, the French don't have a bouldering World Cup, so this is about as close as we get. I don't know, we're only, what, an hour from the border, something like that?
2 hours to Chamonix, that's all I know. And then there is, you see, the lady of the finals. First one for her, and if anyone should be nervous, it's her. But then again, no pressure for her.
Yeah, also no pressure. You know, it's like, whatever happens, it'll be a personal best. And I think the worst thing you can do in a first final is to like get two in your head and not enjoy any of it. So if she can enjoy it, then I think she can do something cool.
And then Erin's done it before here. She's done it in many venues. And we cannot wait to see that. Although, you've got to say, Annie Sanders, those four tops, is the favourite here tonight. And then Mao Nakamura.
She had a bit of a rough go at it in Kachow, so it's cool to see her back. Back through to the semi, smashed in the semi, and then ready to put on a show here in the final.
And here is Brooke. Didn't quite make it in Kachow, but she is back, the Olympic silver medalist on the stage. It's so good to have her back in bouldering.
Yeah, 100%. I've been so psyched to see her come back to competition. She's got the glitter on. She's ready to go.
She says hello to the crowd. She belongs in front of them, although she is a really very, very good outdoor climber as well. 9B plus on a rope. Super awesome. But Annie Sanders right now might be on a bit of a different level from everyone else. 2 boulders ahead in semis. She climbed it in her own unique style, and she's like the Terminator at the moment.
Yeah,
she's
looking relaxed as ever. It's like, ain't no thing. I've been here before. I know what this is here in the final, so we'll see if she can keep that top spot.
All right, well, that's your 8. What a stacked field it is. So this is the last time we'll see them together before the end. They will now be sent backstage into isolation. And Chloe, I'm always fascinated to ask this, but you personally, what are you doing in these moments backstage?
Backstage, I think, at least I myself, I'm always listening to music, and I kind of have my layout, like my towel and my 2 shoes are off to the left, and my chalk bag's over here and my brush is over there, and I think everyone's kind of got their own routine. I'd say the majority of them are listening to music, trying to drown out as much of the noise as they can. A lot of people sitting, eyes closed. When you've got a minute left, you kind of stand up, start to move around. People slap their legs, you'll see that, slap their legs, slap their arms. Everyone's got their own thing going on, but yeah, music's a big one, and then people getting kind of amped up towards the end of their 5 or 8 or however much time rest, they'll start to stand up, move around.
Yeah, we've got those cameras backstage. We're just looking one last time at the starting order. So Melody will begin the competition. Annie will finish things off. She'll be the last one out on the mat. And remember, we have 2 boulders at the same time. By the middle of it, 2 athletes climbing, and then we will and reduce things down to just one climber and one boulder by the end. Now, before the broadcast, we had the observation period where the athletes come onto the stage and they have a few minutes on each boulder in order to work it out. And Chloe, a good time for us to talk about the boulders themselves. I think we'll start on number one, hopefully down here as the women ride all the way across the stage. So boulder number one, slab-like.
Yeah, it's a little bit vertical, but the volumes are pretty big, so they build it out, make it feel a little more like a slab. Definitely coordination boulder. This is like the cordo of the round, I would say. Very, very risky and requires, I think, quite a bit of confidence. Like if you go into it knowing what you're going to do, committing to giving a good go straight off the bat, you give yourself the chance to flash it or at least learn from the move pretty quick. But I think if you're hesitant and not really willing to commit all the way through the moves, because a lot of them are like kind of two-part moves, then you risk kind of running out of time really fast.
And then boulder number two going around the corner, finishing on lap 25. Boulder number four,
yeah.
The black and blues, right in the middle of the wall. Powerful climbing there.
Yeah, absolutely. That's something I was going to bring up, is I think across the 8 finalists, we have like different styles. People move a little faster and a little more statically, but overall, I would say all super powerful climbers, like very capable of kind of putting their head down and pulling hard. So I think we've got a theme here in terms of skill set for finalists.
That is a great way to phrase it. All right, well, we're a couple of seconds away. So this is the boulder. One last time for you at home. As Chloe said, it's got coordination moves in it. It finishes up on that tiny little jib that you can just about see with the 25 on it. And Melody will be the first to pit her wits against this climb. So she runs across, she stops, she waits in front of the audience. Once she's given the signal, the clock will tick down, and then it's just you against that boulder. Oh, I'm quite excited by this one.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this boulder. Melody, I think, typically pretty good at coordination. I mean, she's super well-rounded, obviously excellent climber, but I would imagine that she could get something done here. The end looks pretty balancy, and I think if you're a little freaked out, it might pose a challenge, but again, I think this one's about confidence, about willingness to kind of take risks. Yeah, super nice try off the bat from Melody.
So the idea is that drop down onto the 10, and they're quite small, those underclings.
Yeah, they're small. I think really you want to kind of focus on standing up into that first hold and making sure your hips are a little bit further off left so that you can carry through to that end position with 10 and that left hand hold, which we saw her do really well, and I wouldn't be surprised if she pieced it together just here. She's able to slow it down just a tad and aim for that left hand.
Let's see on this second go then. As you say, she was close before. Much better. So second go, flash in. She'll just lose 0.1, so it'll be 9.9 is her score up to this point. 25 for a top.
Another committing move here. I think like this position that she's in right now is quite comfortable, but the kind of in-between of getting from where she is now to this end position, nice. Right, pretty quick. It's going to be hard to find a static alternative, so those are able to kind of commit to it, commit to getting over, and pressed into that upper red ball are gonna be able to give good tries.
You can see a lot of chalk just by the root setter, sorry, the brusher where he's brushing now. Put there deliberately or just via lots of goes?
Yeah, I think it's quite far. I can't imagine that people are going to put their palms there. I think we'll see people kind of touch it, mess around. Like I said, that position's really stable and comfortable when you're on 10. So people might try to first feel out, is there any static way to do that? And then I think pretty quickly we'll see people just commit to standing up into the ball. I'm not sure they'll be able to find a slow way around that move.
Okay, so Melody pulls on for the third time here.
Really nice first move. I like it a lot.
It's got a nice flow to it, hasn't it?
Yeah, I like this kind of like, not a redirect, but following through kind of. I think we'll see her go straight away for the faster method here. Nice.
It's worked. A little touch on the wall with the left foot and the right goes, and that's the risky thing you were saying.
Yeah, that volume is probably the worst volume of the feet that they have. and that finish hold is quite bad, so I think they'll really have to, once they get over and they're pressed on the ball, they'll have to take their time and kind of slowly transfer the weight, their hips over to the right, over the foot, so that they have time to match the finish, because that won't be able to happen quickly, I don't think.
Yeah, so some work to do for Melody, and a minute on the clock here. She's only fallen off the opening moves one time. After that, she seems to have got it locked in.
Yeah, I'd imagine we'll see her get back to where she was every try now. It's going to be about getting her hips over to the right, and standing up for that first position.
That's the undercling she's holding on to. Next move is big, up towards the ball, which she doesn't quite get.
Hips just falling out of the wall a tiny bit. And that big red ball up there is pretty low profile, so if you're not into the wall, you pretty quickly just get pulled back and out.
She has got time, 25 seconds left, but this is likely to be her last go unless she messes up this first move, and it was wild, actually. She checks the clock quickly, 15 seconds left here.
Just a little left, still not quite getting over the right foot. That'll be the end of the time for her.
Points on the board, though, with that zone. So Melody will obviously jump into the top spot for now. A long way to go, and of course athletes will be at different stages with different boulders. But this was some of her attempts.
Yeah, really nice first move. I love when the legs kind of flick out behind you and you just use that swing to carry through into a nice stable end position like that.
And then the foot drifted
that one,
up.
you just saw her try to get over the right foot and it slipped a bit.
That was probably her best go on that.
Yeah, definitely the only one where she was able to stop for a little. I'd imagine will really like this boulder. I'm excited to see her get some goes.
It's funny, I seem to have had only small commentators with me this year because everyone kept talking about being a smaller lady, and you're obviously about similar height to
I'm
Osh.
175, so just a couple centimeters taller than Osh.
So you can give us a tall person's perspective.
Yeah, I
for
personally
once.
always like watching her climb. She's definitely like a role model for me in that way of seeing how she works through some of those scrunchier positions. I was wondering if you're taller, if there's a way to stop on this first hold. Not that I think that would actually be super helpful, but nice.
Spotting it. Good work from Osh.
Yeah, kind of testing, feeling out that swing. I'd imagine we'll see her kind of, if not stop, she'll definitely get a little closer here, I think.
Left foot slipped for a second. She resets.
Nice, super smooth.
Yeah, you're right about that movement. She just took the pace off it a little.
Yeah, just a bit of a pendulum. You start left. Nice. That was quite close as well. I think kind of similar to Melody, that first try, you're kind of still a little over to the left, which kind of makes it hard to utilize the left press. It's really a lot easier to press when your arm is straight usually, so if they can get all the way over to the right and straighten out that left arm, they'll be able to walk the feet a little more.
Well, she will sit for a minute on the edge of the mats. Half her time gone now, Osh. We have an interview with her actually in today's Climbing Club show, so it will come out tomorrow morning if you're in Europe. And I went over to where she was staying. We had coffee, we had a little chat. It was lovely.
Nice.
But yeah, she's training in Australia now, and she, as in her off-season was in Australia compared to Europe normally.
Normally in Bern, I think.
Yeah.
She was in Bern previously, so maybe not the home crowd, but definitely has some roots here in Switzerland.
100%, yeah.
Super smooth, yeah.
Lock that in now, those hips pressed against the wall, but this is the move, the very bouncy sequence. Oh! Could be in here, pressing away, working those feet up. It's a tiny jib, you've got to be more balanced to get it.
Yeah, did the press super differently from how Melody was trying instead of pushing that straight up. Nice, super good.
She just like levitated that leg into position there. I thought she was about to move it onto the wall herself. But
yeah, she really made use of her like height and body to be able to press kind of up like that. I think for some of the smaller girls, they'll have to do it the way Melody did it and straighten that arm out. It was nice to see her get kind of bent with the two arms up there. That's a hard position on the lower back. That one's always a hard one to hold. So that was quite impressive from Osh.
Well, let's
nice
see
commitment.
this again. This is into that. She's got a very taped up finger that had a little breath, and then off she went into the corner.
Double hands. Nice.
And in this top, look at that leg. It was
Yeah.
awesome stuff.
Wow,
Osh
that was
got it
awesome.
quick.
She'll be happy with that.
Yeah, close to the 25. So Oriane comes on. The next athlete walks onto the stage.
I'd imagine a bit of a dream boulder for Oriane, I think. This is like, at least when I think of her skill sets where she shines, I think something like this, I would imagine she's going to like it. She's super confident climber, obviously likes to be dynamic, really talented at coordination. So I think if she's in it, we'll see her something nice here.
Almost flashed the zone there, and a little cocky struck back there. That's cool to see.
Yeah, she's always got a really cool composure, I think, on the mat. She kind of like exudes confidence and almost like this sense of like reassurance. She never looks too panicked, which I admire a lot because it's hard to stay that composed throughout a round, and especially after maybe a first, second, third try that doesn't go how you want, to be able to still give quality goes is mentally like pretty hard.
Let's see if she can get it second go. You back her, and she does. So that's the zone. Again, one of our taller athletes pushing in the corner, the feet slip before she could really engage the hands.
Yeah, that right volume, pretty low profile. We've got a bit of an angle change there as well. It's a slippery one.
Yeah, it's a slippery one. We've seen a few slip on it. And you can see there the angle of it. It's really hard when we have a TV shot from behind just to get how bad the angle is, but it's not great. Oriane walks towards the left, just has a little look at the clock to make sure. Practicing that skip move on the slab bit.
She knows that. I think that this one will be a good one to get done. I'm sure she heard Osh come back early.
Her mind perhaps a little too much on the end of that climb there.
Yeah, I think she was able to slow it down a little more the try before. It's always one as well when you kind of have two coordination moves back to back like this and you're falling on the second one. It can be kind of easy to dismiss the first move and start to focus on the end of the boulder. But every move is hard in these competitions, and it's really hard to be able to execute on the same move again that you've done once. And kind of keep that focus, take it one move at a time.
Let's see if she's got it again. Not quite. And you can see all the emotions go through her face on that one. Minute and a half.
That's one thing I really like about watching Oriane climb is I feel like even when you do see her kind of get worked up, it lasts a couple seconds and then she's able to take it back and look like kind of like similarly to how she did when she walked out. She looks calm, composed. Like you see her get a little worked up, maybe a little frustrated, and then back to that more like productive state where she knows she performs best.
And it's something she's worked on. She used to not be so good at that. But as you say, really impressive from her. Right, jump into the ball and better from Oriane. Watch those feet. Got to make sure of this. There's the top. She lifts that leg. And the thing is, maybe not quite feet further enough upright.
Yeah, with that right foot just right underneath her, like you can imagine if your foot is directly below you, it's going to be quite hard to get your other foot up as high as you can. Versus if she takes that right foot out a bit.
Oriane falls again. Now, perhaps looking a bit frustrated here. 30 seconds is enough time. Just caught that left hand there. That was fingertips.
Take a breath, get composed here.
She has got time. She can't be distracted by the crowd pushing her here. Maybe work the feet a bit further right.
Right now, we'll probably see her walk her foot.
No! It goes.
She's going to be quite frustrated with that one, I think.
Thing is, she's had quite a few comps recently when the tiniest of margins has made a big difference.
Yeah. I mean, that's the game these days. Everybody's so strong. The skill level is extremely high. The physical level is high, so it comes down to small margins, and I think if you leave the door open or a little frazzled on a move, you very quickly can let let a top or a 10-point hold get away from you. So she'll probably be frustrated with that one, and I think it'll be interesting to see how she deals with that throughout the rest of the round. And tries to give herself the best opportunity to be successful on the next few boulders.
Well, that was a shot of the hand. As we were watching that, the foot slipped. She made a bit of an adjustment, and down she came. Okay, so you see it's sent on. This is such a cool moment, eh?
Yeah, Lulu. This is so exciting to see her in the final. She's such a hard worker, positive energy. It's awesome to see her here. Have the semifinal she had in front of this crowd in Bern, really loud, dynamic crowd. It's awesome. Really happy for her.
Yeah, she's been on the scene for a while in terms of the European youth circuits. It's 2014 actually was her first comp, but 25 now, and was 29th in Kachau, 20th last year in Bern. So obviously likes this place a bit, but finals place is a dream for her right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I spoke to her a little bit earlier, and she was just saying, "Oh, it's crazy. I can't believe it." I think going into this, I hope she can take it no expectations and be relaxed, because, yeah, quite a cool moment for her here, and really well-deserved. She climbed incredibly well in the semifinal. It was awesome to watch.
She flashed the first boulder out in semis as well. And we had that classic thing of maybe the boulder's super easy, maybe she's amazing.
Sure the route setters had a moment where they're like, "Oh no, maybe it's too easy," and it's very much not too easy.
No.
I think we saw maybe 3 tops total. Sophia also topping that one. That was quite a cool moment for the Swiss crowd here.
Yeah, it was. So Lucie with no expectations, but gosh, she'd love to get up there. Let's see. Has another go at this start.
Nice.
Missed the left hand that time.
A little better than the first try, I think. A little kind of hard to tell, but we'll see if she's able to slow down that first move just a little bit, give herself a little time to be in that end position, which is quite precise. The left hand.
Yeah, the movement is getting there. She's got time to figure it out too. Tick down towards 2:15. The crowd in here, they literally ran into the stadium the moment the doors were open. Every seat is filled. Most of the standing room is filled, and it's a real sort of bubble of energy right now.
Yeah, it's a good crowd here in Bern. Every time it's in a stadium like this, it's quite nice. You feel like oh, that was a really nice try. So it feels like the noise is kind of amplified. It's pretty exciting, I think, to be on the mats with that kind of atmosphere. That was a really nice go from Lucille. She arrived super slowly on the 10-point hold and just kind of, I think, had to do a little bit of a guess at where that left hand was, and just unfortunately missed it a little. But if she can get a similar timing and be a little more precise with the left hand, I think we'll see her get this first move done, which would be great.
And a big boost to her confidence as well.
Yeah,
getting some points
absolutely.
on. So here we go, 120.
Super nice. And she's got that direction, like coming down and right, really nice. It's just that left hand is not quite in the right place. You kind of see her just like scrape at the wall and just miss that left red hand. It's pretty hard when you're not looking at it to kind of know where it is. I'd be curious to look back and see if the other athletes turn their head and like turn their gaze towards the left hand. I think Orion didn't, but I don't know if Rose and Melody did. Or if they just like stuck their hand out and were able to understand where that left hand hold was.
I'm glad you said that, because I've been watching her head. She really isn't looking at the hold at all when she jumps down. So I wonder if she does change that now. See, it's just the head the other way. But she was more accurate.
Yeah, I think Orion didn't look at the left hand either, and she also fumbled it a few times. I'm not sure about the others. Nice.
So close.
Oh, there it was. I think the more you can slow down the move too, the more you can give yourself a little time. And yes.
Yes. So that's zone. Oh, it could be a top almost. Well, that was a massively important zone. Zone in 7, so it's a 9.4 for her.
Nice for her to get that. She'll still be plenty in the game with that zone. So that's awesome.
Yeah, she was a long way off the first few goes and then readjusted. I loved how calm she stayed as well. That was impressive.
Yeah, and I will say, obviously super talented, but I wouldn't think that the coordination is necessarily going to be her favorite boulder. She's really powerful and super good at technical climbing, so I think to at least get the first zone is great.
Right, so we'll have a look at the ranking. Ocean McKenzie is leading the way, 24.7 with that top. Then Oriane with a 9.9, almost flashed the zone. Second go, Melody, and then we've just seen her at 9.4. Things are tight, and as we said, the margins are very close here. And it's time to have a look at our next boulder. I think we're at that stage. Are we at that stage? Yes, I think we are. So the next couple of athletes will be coming out into this amazing Bern wall. So, talk to me about this boulder, number 2.
Yeah, this one is interesting. A lot like bigger than maybe it looks on like the first view on camera. The holds are really big, and I think it's going to be quite powerful. Running into the first thunder thing, like very much like slapping around and trying to like move with intention and with a lot of the big muscles. I think we'll be going to work on that one.
Okay, so that's Melody's task. Erin is on the cordo jump. Gold coming here in Bern.
If I remember well, I think she did a cordo here last year that served her well in the final. We'll see if she can do this round's cordo as well. Keep it going.
So Melody, undercling first of all, no texture on top of that, so it's going to be awkward to stand on it. She's probably going to have to in a minute. Big jump up. That distance, you said this, you were like, oh, I think going to the top. And I was like, really? That's a long way.
Yeah, I don't see too many other options. The left side of that 10-point hold is really not very good. The most positive part is definitely that upper section. We were wondering if there wasn't a way to maybe take the right undercling, the small one, reach out and press on the left hand a little and kind of use that to help you move up and grab the top of that 10-point hold, but I do think we'll see them get up there.
Oh, wow, so he goes far left of it.
Making use of the top of that one.
That's good, and then it's friction here. It's a very font-style boulder move, this. Weight underneath, you slap up with the left hand. Yeah, it literally reminds me of those boulders in font when you're like hanging off with no feet and you're like, how am I still here? And now I have to generate. Yeah,
very frictiony, very slopey. Like I said, the top of that hold is the best part, but it's really not very good. So we'll see if Melody is able to do that as a campus. It kind of seems like one of the better options. Alternatively, keeping the foot down low on the dual text is pretty low, and I think you're going to have to generate quite a ways to get up there, so that might be tricky.
Yeah, I agree with you.
We saw Erin get pretty close over there. She actually turned her head to look left.
There, look, the flip.
A little late, it seems like, if she could either see it a second earlier or time it a little better.
Yeah, it's almost like she spots the right hand in and then flicks it at the last minute just to try to catch. Let's watch it again. There's the flick, but it's almost moving her shoulders.
It's almost turning her shoulder. Yeah, I wonder if that's why we didn't see the others kind of instinctively look that way. If their body position felt better, turned facing right.
It's funny. I've just turned my head so many times in the commentary box. I'm a bit dizzy, but it's one of those moves where you do kind of flick around. There it is, and she's fine.
Came in from a little higher that time, and I think gave herself a little more time to land on that foot. Let's see if she commits this jump sequence.
Melody up towards the zone, fell that time.
For this.
So more static. First time we've seen this method. Might not work,
yeah,
though.
And that 10 is pretty small with the feet so low profile. I'd imagine this transition will be really hard.
Very physical. That back, as you said, it's going to be hurting as you're pressing up.
But if anyone can just work through the static position and try super hard, I think Erin is a good athlete for that. So.
Yes, and then we might see Annie perfect the staticness later on. We'll wait and see. Erin's down, she's got that move locked now. Melody also hits the 10 in the same place, and now we'll make this match on top, all action.
Super frictiony, powerful move there. Definitely, like, you've got the back working hard, the wrists on the sloper. I'm quite curious to see how the other athletes fare on that move.
Well, Melody will leave with just the zone, and so will Erin. So only Osh getting that so far.
Yeah, only Osh with the top. She'll be quite happy with that start to the competition. Only attempts separating the rest of the field now, especially, except for Melody, of course, who has climbed on the second boulder.
Yeah, so Osh leading the way by quite a bit over Melody, but of course Melody with a boulder in hand as well. Osh now will get a chance to jump back into the lead, and then Mao Nakamura comes in. As you said, not quite the round she would have wanted in China, but has come back and clearly reset here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really cool to see her back in a final. I remember watching her win in Salt Lake, and that was pretty awesome to watch. She's a very expressive climber, and it's so cool to see her succeed. I think it's inspiring, and you can't help but root for her when she's on the wall. So.
Yeah, she makes me want to go climbing, but so does Osh hanging off. Let's see where she goes up the left hand, and it sticks. Drops back down there. This is the feet issue you were talking about. Like, there's nowhere really to put them.
Yeah, I was wondering if they would go right foot on the start and cross to this hold. But it is a really low foot if they decide to stay there. But then this campus version, as we just saw Osh do, there's not much to grab onto with the left hand, so you're kind of just pressing into that upper left shoulder, which makes it really hard to curl up and bring the feet up. Start, come back down.
Yeah, it's funny, people who watch her get the left hand, you think, oh, she's in, but the fact is you've got no feet, you're very stretched out, and although you've touched it, you can't necessarily use it.
Yeah, on maybe some easier variations of this boulder, you might see that left hand become like something in-cut or some type of jug. This one is absolutely not one of those. Quite bad, quite slopey, very friction dependent. The shoulders are working super hard just to stay in the position we saw Ocean. Even more so if the feet are going to come up as well. We're seeing Mao struggle a little more with this start move. I do think if you're on the shorter side, you get a little bit less room to pendulum. You don't get to use quite as much momentum to get over, and the drop down is bigger, so I'd imagine that move is trickier if you're shorter.
There's Mao flying through the shot.
Yeah, we were able to see some of the other athletes, as they grabbed that first hold, their legs flicked pretty far back. But if you're on the shorter side, you don't quite get to,
All right, the match
use
again.
quite as much swing.
She's committed to this.
So good at this slopey, kind of sticky style.
Now she might be able to generate something. One hand away from double tops for Osh McKenzie here.
Come on, press that thing. Yeah.
Should be. Osh McKenzie steps up a gear here.
So sick. Incredible moment for Osh. Oh, I'm happy for her. She's having a good round here.
What a moment there. 2 out of 2 for Osh. You get the feeling there's something in the air here for her tonight.
She's got a swaggy walk there. I like it. She's leaving the stage with nice energy.
I like you said that, because she's not one of those ones to have that strut.
Yeah, you saw her kind of slap the finish hold a few times. Usually she's pretty calm. Maybe you get a little smile. She's in it here. She's excited here in Bern. It's cool to see. I like it. It's worth noting also that finish hold that she matched is all dual texture or no texture of plastic on the part that she matched. So quite slippery. Saw her kind of take a second, but she stayed composed and made it work.
Yes,
that was awesome. I'm psyched for her.
I am too. And back to Mao now, because she's the opposite end of the spectrum. She's struggling here.
Yeah, Mao's struggling a bit. Also one of those climbers who I would never count out on any of the boulders, but especially the powerful stuff. She's exceptionally good at that other style, so I'm excited to see her on the rest of the round. Still has a chance to get this done. She's right there.
Yeah, zone would be quite important on this boulder. Everyone's got it. I don't think she's going to.
Might give it one more. Yeah.
Come on, Mal. Oh, that was close. So close.
She was in it for that. She'll be kicking herself just a little, but I think it's nice to see the kind of range that we've seen on this boulder. Some people taking more tries on that first move. Some people doing it pretty quick.
I mean, this
definitely hard and very precise.
And the top of this boulder, pure pushing with that left hand.
Yeah, there's no friction on that left hand where she's pressing, so nice.
Good work from her. We saw that strut on the way out. Awesome to see. So Brooke Rabatou comes on to start. So her kind of boulder, do you think, or not?
Yeah, I think typically.
So yeah, her kind of climb, or?
Yeah, typically I'd say maybe a coordination like this is definitely not her favorite boulder, but it's something that she's worked on a lot, and as someone who climbs with her a lot, I've seen her improve so much on this style and gain a lot of confidence in this type of movement. So I feel pretty good about her making something happen here. Can't help but be a little biased.
Oh, you could be as biased as you want, don't worry.
Yeah.
That you are Team USA and you are an athlete, so you can do whatever you want.
She's my roommate. I've got maybe rooting for Brookie a little extra at this one.
That's fine, you can do that. I will stay neutral as I possibly can. So
Yeah,
Brooke, went out the first time with one hand.
Yeah, I think, like I said, for Mal, it's a little further, maybe a little trickier to get that swing going. I think we'll see her put a little more impulse into the jump and get a bit more height. Oriane looking good on this one.
Yeah, she will enjoy this campus, although she's got a high heel here.
Nice.
Wow. I mean, that's an Oriane thing to do, but I actually think she should go back to her just pure power.
Yeah, the campus method I think is hard because like we saw Osh get a hand up there and then still couldn't really curl up to get the heel on her first try. So if you're able to have the heel kind of put up beforehand, that's quite helpful, but then it makes it harder to pull over the heel and move upwards. So it depends.
So Brooke.
Come on, Brookie.
It's like she's drawing a line up
There
towards that
we go.
hole. The swing is in, that's much better.
Yeah, I think she understood the starting generation that time, and I think we'll see her get that move done now.
Yeah, so Brooke into almost the zone, and Oriane has another go at this powerful climb. She needs something to keep up with Osh at the moment. So up she goes into position. That zone has moved her within touching distance, but of course Osh with two tops and Oriane missing a top on the first one. She keeps the high heel. You can see the thinking, right? With the heel's already there, once you've got the left hand, it should be easier.
Yeah, if you're able to pull enough off the 10 to get the height while keeping the heel, you then end up in a really nice, like, kind of end position, like you're already up there with the foot on. But the 10 is so low profile and slopey that it's really hard to pull yourself in and up enough to make use of that next hold. Oh, hit her face on the wall a little bit there. Come on, Brookie.
Yeah, she's not one of those who cares about that stuff, does she? I've seen her with the batters and scrapes on her face.
Let's see her take a breath, reset a little bit. She had a really good go earlier, so if she can generate like that again, I think she should be able to get this move done.
Yeah, she's tough. She keeps going. 55 seconds here.
There we go.
That was a bit off the angle, wasn't it?
Yeah, she's struggling a little with that initial stand-up, kind of coming into the wall.
And no for Oriane again. She's having to dig deep here. We interviewed her during her semi-finals. I said that to her, like, you had to really work on that last half. She was like, yep, you know. And it's not plain sailing, always.
Oh, nice. We saw Brookie get that move done.
Yeah, Brooke is in position. Spins down. Keeps trying that method.
So much work on the hamstring and all of it to get on.
So both athletes will call it there. Britt Rabatu without the zone, and Oriane with the zone on her boulder, but no top.
Brooke will be happy to get the zone on that one. That'll keep her in the running with the rest of the field. Osh really setting herself apart right now.
Yeah, she is, but we've got Annie to come in a sec. That was the slip in that first move. And you can see that's a great angle for it. It's a horrible hold up there.
Oh yeah, it's extremely slopey and the wall is fairly steep. I'm pretty curious to see how the rest of the field will try that move. It is pretty far to campus also.
So here is Annie, the last climber. Yeah, Lucille, the only one who hasn't got the zone on that final climb yet. And there she is to fight back on Boulder 2. Now again, in terms of weakness, this probably is one of her weaker styles in Boulder, but again, it's something she's been working at really hard.
Annie, yeah, I think she's actually quite good at coordination, but I think the challenge with her sometimes is being able to be in a stable position and look for the static version. She'll maybe spend quite a bit of time on the wall looking for the more secure version.
Well, she does something completely different.
Doing something slow. And the thing is, when she's able to lean into that and like use her strength, it's pretty extraordinary to watch.
I have so much fun watching Annie at the moment. It's like I almost give up trying to work out what she's going to do because it will be different.
Yeah, I think nobody could have predicted this, and I'm sure the setters thought through some variations and were like, oh no, it's like no one's going to do that.
Well, she's into the zone in her own unique way with that crazy match. Yeah, the setters would have spent a lot of time trying to match that and probably not succeeded.
I think they will have tried some cheats and said, oh no, I think people won't do that.
Now, what can she do on this? Surely she's got to... Oh, you've got to bring the feet up, of course. That shoulder comes up. Nasty, nasty.
Wow. Fighting through that transition.
What an advert for her shoe brand at this point. It's magic what she's doing there. Oh, that's close though. How did she save that? Just chalks up as well.
Wow, with the feet slip into the pressure of the shoulder.
That was her flash
that
go.
Was crazy. Leave it to Annie doing something crazy, making it work, working her way through the boulder.
It's just so much fun watching that lady climb right now. And we chatted about this off air, but she has this real sort of, I call it a stubbornness, and I'll stick by that. When she's sort of seen a method, it's hard to distract her away from that.
I think she's one who's like really confident about her strengths, and she knows she knows that she's insanely strong, and if she sees a version where she knows she'll be able to utilize that strength, she's with it. She's not looking to do like maybe what the setters intended or what's like the faster method. She, I'm sure, saw that slightly more static method, knowing very well that that's probably not the intention. I don't think she cares at all. She's here to do it her way and show off how strong she is. It's pretty impressive.
Yes, she will, and she'll be able to get it smoother this time as well. But this match is thumbs in order to leave space for what? Back 2? Maybe 3, maybe the pinky in, but maybe 2. And you see into the zone as well. Big campus move, that's good of it. Oh, it's double drive.
Pretty good attempt from Lucille. We saw her get pretty close to bringing the foot up. That would be awesome if she could make something work there.
Well, Annie is just chilling out there on the bad footholds.
Yeah, what I'll say also about Annie is I think oftentimes we see her do these kind of alternative betas and you think, okay, like that's really creative. But also on top of that, the amount of strength that it takes in your body to move through that entire sequence in control like she does is pretty insane.
Yes, it is. And maybe sometimes she needs to think about other options. But right now it is working. 30 seconds left, though.
It's working quite well for her.
I mean, she's so smooth now with these moves.
Yeah. And she's moving quicker, too. I mean, we saw it in lead. She's able to put a little more speed into things. On boulders, too, you see her kind of walk up with a little more urgency.
But that's not going to be a top for Annie. So she will have to leave the stage. And she's certainly emotional. She exit, head thrown back as she went through the arch. And Lucia will just go with the top.
She She worked so hard on that first try, transitioning over, pressing in the left shoulder. I'm sure it's frustrating to not have the reward in terms of points for that attempt, that first try. You see, it also looked really good, super powerful, strong climbing on this black boulder. I'm curious to see how the rest of the field fares, because this canvas into the foot up looks really, really powerful in the shoulders.
So let's have a look at the scores. Osh McKenzie, 49.6 for those two tops, is ahead of everyone. Of course, boulders in hand for some athletes here. Then Oriane, then Melody. Lucille doing very well, up to 4th. And then the non-toppers of Boulder 1, you can see it's starting to make a bit of a difference here. And a temp's important to separate them at the moment. So, Boulder number 1 done. Let's have a look at the next boulder. Here it is. It's complicated. It's cheetah holds throughout. Lots of friction, lots of tension needed, and the athletes will join the stage to take that on in a couple of seconds.
That jug is no longer on the wall. I think that was part of the setting.
The one we looked
process.
at, yes. Yeah, we see them a little bit before you guys see them. Okay, so next two, Melody will come down onto that yellow boulder, and then Erin will try to bounce back on a boulder that might suit her style on women's 2. So Melody waits, turns. I'm fascinated by this boulder. It's one of those ones where it's hard to see the way through it.
Yeah, this one, there's a lot of holds. There are a lot of different directions. Some of the surfaces are usable, some are not. They're the slippery surface. It's quite hard to tell exactly what you're meant to do. I think it's a lot about patience, about moving through the feet, moving through the hips.
This is good from Erin. She's got a high left.
Good work here.
And that foot is almost on.
Fighting to get that foot up. Wow.
She did a big bump
So
with the right hand
powerful.
there.
Yeah. See if she's able to bump the right foot, the right hand, sorry, in a bit. Maybe she'll be able to just get the heel over, but the left shoulder having to work so hard to keep that positioning. Yeah, this one's a bit of like a fake slab. I think the wall maybe looks slabby, but it's pretty vertical. You've got just kind of the volumes adding a little bit of a slabbiness to it. So I think you'll see a lot of people kind of climb slowly and transition over their hips. Very frictiony also, like those volumes are all pretty bad, pretty low profile.
All right, well, we turn right now to Erin, who's resting. And there's Melody back on the wall. And there's no texture, of course, throughout as well.
The only hold, I think, on this boulder is that left foot hold that her left foot is on. Apart from that, you've got just the volumes, which are textured.
Yeah, so there's lots of sort of cupping holds, lots of body position through this. And you can see already how hard she's working just to really get established on the thing.
Yeah, very like complex climbing. It's quite hard to tell what you're meant to do.
Erin with nice adjustments, but then, as I say that, she slid with the right foot. Melody faster, and that's worked. Well, she's further on in the boulder. It might not have worked.
Yeah, this one also, sometimes when you have boulders like this, you're able to use the screw holes and kind of get a little bit of something to pull on where there isn't much else. But here they've gone ahead and blocked all the screw holes on these upper volumes. So they've got nothing to work with but the texture or lack thereof. Super nice.
Yeah, no, they're blocked because occasionally athletes stand right on their tiptoes on those holds and it can just offer a little bit of something. So Melody, oh, it's forearm time. Get that thing, any second you can slip on this thing.
Yeah, you can imagine she probably wants to stick her finger somewhere in some crease or crack there, but they've gone ahead and blocked all of those. You've only got those volume surfaces to grab onto. There's a nice stand-up that we saw from her. It looked really technical.
1 minute
Here you
left.
get an idea of the angle a little bit.
Yes, you're right. That steep kind of a rep-like feature out in the middle of the wall. Hits the left arm, makes the adjustment. It's got to bring the feet in, or the knee.
Yeah, working with the knee, trying to press with the right hand. Wow.
Knee almost worked. And Melody makes some progress here.
Yeah, absolutely. Putting her hand on 10. I'm not sure they'll give it to her yet. Seems like she'll have to use the 10-point hold to make some forward progress. Now we see her using a screw hold. Those ones weren't blocked.
I'm not sure it's going to be zone.
Yeah, I'm not sure they'll give her that one. She'll probably ask the judges.
Yes, that might be one that comes through later on, but to me, that wall wasn't quite enough, and I don't think she's got time to get up there again.
Probably a pretty frustrating boulder to climb on. I know for me, I think at least, for me, one of the things that's the most challenging in a round is when boulders are complex and you don't know whether you should keep trying what you're trying or switch it up, or is there something you're completely missing. I think mentally that can be extremely challenging, and it's hard to stay lucid and positive throughout your time on the boulder when you're not 100% certain what the setters intended.
Yeah, agreed. And this was the complexity of it. As you can see, those big yellow triangle cheetah volumes all the way through. And no texture, as you can see, their hands sliding around. You can see the filler now as well on the top of that. Right, the lights flash. And here is our current leader, Osh McKenzie now. If she can get this one done, it will be huge.
She's 2 boulders ahead right now, so I think if she managed to get the 3rd boulder done and nobody else were to do the 2nd boulder, she would almost guarantee herself a victory. So that would be pretty impressive. She's got quite a lead right now, but I'm sure she's trying not to get too excited, stay composed, still half the rounds to go.
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to sort of count your chickens before they've hatched, so let's just see with Osh. But 49.6 is far. So Mao now will have to turn the power up a little bit here on her front second climb. This is great from Mao, and she's short enough to bring that foot up more easily.
Really solid work from Mao. I think we'll have to see a top.
Yes! It's like a different boulder for her, you know, just she fitted into that box much better than everyone else. And look at that. Yes.
So excited. Oh, it's awesome seeing her so psyched on the pads. It's definitely opening up the comp too. I think we see some tops on this 2nd boulder. The title will be very much up for grabs. Keep it exciting till the end of the round.
So that has helped her score big time as she leaves.
Yeah, absolutely. Tops are looking pretty hard to come by in this round.
In terms of scores as they stand, that's bumped her up to 2nd place with a 25. And with that 3rd one to climb as well. So good advancement for Mao there. But
oh, right, but she didn't zone the first one. I forgot that, yeah.
But Osh, struggling at the moment on these first few moves. And again, the frustration here, you could just imagine it. You know, you're winning this comp by some way, and you can't get through the first move. She looks a little better now. Not quite.
Yeah, I think she has enough experience, though, to know that it's not over till it's over. You got to stay in it for the entire round, but it can be hard not to get a little excited when things are going so well. But it would be great if we could see her make some moves, work through this upper sequence a little bit. We saw Melody just stand up on this left foot and grab the plastic, no tech surface.
Close, she slaps the zone. Not going to count though for points for her.
Yeah, really tricky. You kind of see her and Melody earlier just kind of looking through it. Don't seem necessarily super sure of the methods.
1 minute 23 for Osh here. No zone at the moment. Foot's in the same place as before.
I think she tries that same thing, reaching out for the left panel.
Almost thought she was going to save it with that right hand pushing up.
Yeah, you kind of see her like shaking her head, not super sure. Really tricky sequence.
But in small margins, this zone might be so important if she can get onto this. Left foot is on a jib.
Yeah, kind of trying something a little different. Not sure about that version either.
One of her sisters there watching on. though, reaches towards the black this time.
Use her height a little bit. Nice.
Every footstep is a win on this boulder.
Maybe kicking herself for not having tried that earlier. Low on time here.
13 seconds, it's enough time for the zone. If she moves quick, that pinch does look better for her, doesn't it?
Yeah, but shuffling the feet over seems quite hard. Right, so no zones, I don't think, on this boulder so far. I don't think they gave Melody points there, so I'll be really curious to see how the French
Melody was not awarded
on this boulder.
But this was the top for Mao. Look at this, pressing in, fitted in there really well.
The
Couldn't
left
really see the
shoulder
judges.
went to work on this boulder.
Good work.
For all of them. Shoulder, Annie had that left shoulder press on the first boulder.
Well, there are French flags flying in the audience here as Oriane walks down, but she has a task ahead of her here.
She'll know that the second boulder's been topped. She'll definitely be looking to get something done on this third boulder here and kind of move herself up the scoreboard.
It's going to be interesting to see if Brooke has a similar kind of body position that Mao had through this.
I would say Brooke and Mao have definitely similar strengths. So I hope she can find something here and get that one done. That would be awesome.
So Oriane wraps and then the foot slips. There's going to be a lot of that in the next 3.5 minutes. You get the feeling. There's Mika Mauam watching on, enjoying it with the French team.
This is a really kind of French boulder. I feel like one of the things that I've been trying to work on, spending a lot of time in France, is like this kind of volume, positioning, climbing, and this seems like kind of the epitome of that, like the very hard version.
Brooke down onto these mats, which I've had a few comments about them being still quite hard, although there was a robot softening them up before the competition, literally.
The mats are stiff here in Bern for sure.
Yeah, and Brooke just took a moment to shake that out there. Oriane's trying to clean the top, well, got the top section, but it's still the bottom section of this boulder. .233 on the clock for Oriane. She's currently in third, but zones on the first two. No tops.
Good attempt to the zones on the first ones, but she'll definitely want to top something.
Brooke getting so high, frog squatting on this no-tex.
Different version here. Wow.
Oh, I'm gritting my teeth.
I don't think we saw anyone get both feet up on the start like that.
No. Oh, pure power there to make the match. Now the adjustments come. She's seen it. She's touched it. That's going to cost some skin. Oh, yes, it does, doesn't it? Ow. That would have taken quite a lot off those fingertips. You can see the hit on the face as well from that. Brooke is in the middle of something here.
Brooke, she has a thing. She hits a race on the wall up. That means she's into the wall, trusting her feet. I think it's a good sign. I think she's trying hard.
Yes, she is. Right, she will rest for the time being. Oriane has a minute 30 here. Otherwise, things are going to slip away from her. With Osh getting two tops, if Oriane doesn't get this, could be in some trouble. In terms of the gold, anyway.
Even the podium might be.
Yeah.
It'll all be pretty open, I think.
Coming into the fourth climb.
I've only seen two people top in boulders so far.
Oriane is hating the start of this thing.
Yeah, really, really tricky.
She's looking down at the French team who are gathered in her corner, but they cannot help her right now. She's all alone up there.
Oh, she did tap that left volume as she started. I wonder if she'll be called down for that.
Yeah, you had to start where the green lines are and show a bit of control to the judges. And Oriane's skittering sideways.
Come on, Brookie. Working so hard to use that foot. I think the other girls, did something like that.
You can see her not really wanting to bring that foot up again. That finger looks like it's causing her, or hand is causing her a bit of trouble.
Yeah, I think the skin on that one is tricky. That 10-point hold is really frictiony, taking a lot of skin. Scott has been trying to keep her skin drier, I think, but sweaty skin for sure. Oh, Oriana managing to do something there for them.
She doesn't know.
To get quite frustrated with the round now.
It's going to be wide open, as you say, possibly, as we come into the sort of last half here of our finals. Brooke Rabbitou got the zone there, got close, took some hits on the way as well. And look at that crowd. I love the fact that we do this, you know, for like 7 months of the year. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Right, this was Brooke. Little adjustments. This is as close as she got. She could see it in sight, slapping down though. That would have taken some skin off that left hand. And Oriane, well, just didn't quite know what to do on the bottom of that boulder. Frustration from her.
I'm really curious to see Annie on that third boulder. We have still yet to see her on the second one, obviously, but on the third one, I think that's something that she's typically quite good at. So, curious.
Lucille then comes down to the complicated one, and Annie Sanders will have to put that disappointment we saw on her face behind her after boulder number one. The French have really got their tape colour coordination down in this comp. There's a blue one on her right arm, red one on the left.
Yeah, they're for scrapes. She doesn't have like injuries necessarily, but she was bleeding a little bit and didn't want to be called down or anything for that. So she cut up some tape and put those all over her scrapes.
I like the blue and red coordination with the flag. Look at this from Annie. She's flashed the zone. Oh, just campuses over. Oh, what is this? So on the worst sloper, one arming. Incredible. But Annie needs to finish this off now. She couldn't on boulder number one. Can she execute the top here? One hand away, yes she can. So a flash for her, the maximum 25. Claps the audience. That was good work there. That was that chalk up was ridiculous.
Yeah, I think there it kind of shows the physically the difference here. Like in the semi, we definitely had a peek of it of just how much above the others she kind of seemed to be, at least on that round. And here, the way she just made those holds look is pretty impressive, especially when you know the strength and the skill that came before her on that boulder and made it look quite a bit harder.
Yes, it did. Right, let's concentrate on Lucille now.
The chalk up was crazy too.
I know, you just leant back in your chair. Right, Lucille has 2 zones. I would like a third one out of this. So she's got points on her first final, but no top yet.
Yeah, very much like in the running with the bottom 5 folks. I think we've now seen 3 people top boulders, and the others are playing for zones right now, 4th through 8th. So.
Yeah, 4 through 8, all in the 19s as well.
Yeah, if she can get a zone here, she'll be putting herself ahead of Oriane and Melody, which will move her up.
So Lucille starts this tiptoe over that right foot, hanging in the air. Still only 1 foot.
Looking good on the feet, yeah. Yes.
And a nice wrap with that left arm. Oh, I don't know if that's going to count. It was a touch, maybe.
Make use of that zone. Oh, but good attempt though. I wouldn't be surprised if we see her get back up there and at least try to make use of the zone to make sure she gets those points. That would definitely move her up. She'd be quite.
Yeah, we'll bounce her right up.
Quite happy to get that zone.
Yeah, that would be around the 20s.
Yeah,
so
bounce her up to provisional 4th, I think.
Above Oriane if that happens. Ooh, interesting. This is a cool one. It's all going to come down to that boulder number 4 for a lot of these positions.
She looked really good on this bottom section. Super patient in the feet. She looks composed. It's really cool to see her climbing on this stage.
There's the world champion, Mika Mauer. Right, Lucille will go again. 42 seconds remaining.
Super patient, not getting worked up about that left foothold. She's not using it until later, which is interesting. We saw the others like rely on it pretty early on, which maybe was a bit of a trap.
That might count, you know. Should do, surely. Come on, judges, be nice.
I'm not sure. That'll definitely, I think, get appealed either way.
Yes, it's on the edge, that one, isn't it? And she hasn't been awarded it in terms of the update for the scores, so no zone yet. But Rabitu's under appeal as well. I haven't been told information yet, though she's just come up as being under appeal for something on Boulder 2. So there is Mika, there is the French team discussing tactics here. Let's watch Annie again, because it was pretty cool.
Oh, they cut it.
This was Annie at the top.
Even on that that left shoulder, I think before the finish, she looked a lot more comfortable.
Yeah, so the appeal is she should be awarded the zone on the first attempt on Boulder 2. So she was given it second go, I think. So they're looking for 0 points here. Well, Ocean McKenzie leads the way. 2 tops and out in front here. Annie Sanders, though, is in the running if she can do this next one.
And they did give Lucille that third zone.
Oh, yes.
Bumps her up a good bit above Mao. If Mao's not able to zone the third boulder, Lucille will stay ahead of her.
Yeah, I'm waiting.
The zone on that first boulder as well.
I'm waiting for the appeal to come through.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That'll get appealed. That was going to get appealed regardless, I think, either by the French in her favor or against that zone. Sorry,
yeah,
10
exactly.
points.
Well, everyone, we'll take a brief pause. Do stick with us, though, and we'll return for the second half in a minute. So, Chloe, this move to France that is so cool, I think, that you've done into Paris. I presume the Parisian gyms are pretty good for you guys in terms of the elite level.
Yeah, so I've been in Paris since September, moved in there with Brooke and Maëlys. So we all speak French, kind of grew up, have some French family, and so I've been spending quite a bit of time out there, and it's been really nice training-wise. I've been looking to switch it up and work on the things that I felt like had been kind of holding me back from taking that next step in comp climbing. I think this more like technical and positioning style, and the French gyms are pretty well renowned for slab climbing especially, and it's been great to be out there, to be challenged, to climb with a lot of super strong athletes. It's been humbling but also extremely rewarding, and yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to the rest of the summer out there. It's been great living with the girls as well. So I feel quite fortunate to be able to do that.
Incredible. And are you testing out any of the French rock climbing, or are you just stuck in a gym somewhere grinding away?
Yeah, I spent a good bit of the fall kind of doing a few day trips here and there to Font, but apart from that, it's been a lot of gym time, especially end of last year into the beginning of this year. Wanted to really go into the comps feeling like I didn't have regrets in terms of my preparation, and so that meant really spending a lot of time in the gym and spending a lot of times on the styles that have historically been challenging for me.
All right, well, we are 20 seconds away from this restart, and it's so cool to hear your stories about it, because yeah, it's watching your Instagram and following along a little bit. It looks like a lot of fun. Okay, so it's time to restart this competition as we get ready for the second half. So welcome if you are joining us. We're here in Bern, halfway through the women's final, and things are shaping up nicely for this fourth boulder. Up the steepest part of our wall here, the zone right in the middle on the black volume, and then the top in sight. And if you haven't been joining us, Ocean McKenzie is currently leading the way. And Erin Moniz will come on to Boulder 3, and Melody will finish off her comp on Boulder 4.
Yeah, pretty excited for Boulder 4. It looks like a really kind of electric power boulder. You've got this kind of coordination, but primarily like very powerful, committing climbing. So excited to see this one. It's like very, very big, imposing boulder. Takes up a lot of space on the wall. First we'll see Erin on this third boulder. If she manages to get the zone, that would keep her in the runnings with Lucille for that kind of 4th, 5th position, and if she can get herself atop, I think that would be really helpful for those podium positions. But all still to play for on the 4th boulder as well.
Yeah, and Erin at the moment looking sort of confident in what where is a static position, but you can see the thought process. She really wants to trust that left foot. And
yeah, like Lucille kind of started by using that foothold and then kind of opted for using the edge of the volume, which allows you to lean in and get a little more, like turn it into a slab a little more. The more the volume stakes out, the more you can lean in and stand on it. So able to make use of that foot a little more, probably use the foothold later. And we see Melody go into that shoulder move, really burly. Physical move to go into that black hold on the 10.
It's a tough one at the end of a tough round, isn't it, these climbs?
Yeah, absolutely.
And the appeal against Brooke has been rejected, by the way, so stand on that 2nd or 3rd attempt.
Nice work from Erin. She did use that upper foot, kind of how Melody had earlier, and was able to tuck into the wall. Looking really good here.
Yeah, it's really good progress here. That'll be zone as well. And she's got time to chill out and blow fingers. Melody launches on the left of the screen. But we'll watch Erin. Oh, look at that for Melody. She's into the zone.
Sports action out here.
It really is. We're about to see her first top on Boulder 3. Not quite. Erin won't realise how good that was, you know.
Yeah, that was a really good attempt from Erin. It would be quite nice if she could get something done there. Only one we've seen really progress around the 10-point hold. Make real use of it. Melody looking for something on the corner of that black hold. Really tricky sequence. I was wondering if they would stick a toe hook out there like she did, or if there was some kind of press, campus situation happening over here. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it was all action there for a couple of seconds. Erin got very, very close. She got so close, she almost touched the boulder on women's #1, actually.
Yeah.
I thought for a moment it was like a hold. So I was like, oh, no, wait.
It would be exciting if we saw her use some of the volumes out there.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen too often.
So Erin into the shoulders once more.
Yeah, that black volume you see out left in the corner of your screen was from the first boulder, but might have helped her to kick it a little bit.
Look how good she is down low. Now she's learned the move as well.
Yeah, super patient, taking her time to like work her way around all the volumes, climbing really well on this thing.
But the friction, if possible, gets even worse through this next section. That's more in control, though. She's surely going to top it. Yes, she is, with a nice right arm at the end. And facing the crowd, who love that.
Nice work from Erin. Jumping her way up the scoreboard with it all still to play for on the 4th boulder. We'll be quite happy to have got something done there. Really like impressive, secure climbing from her there.
And 44.1 moves her in touch of Osh, and definitely on the podium. Oh, that's the stand, obviously. All right, Melody is fighting hard as well.
Oh, that looks like a really promising method. I wouldn't be surprised if that was the intention. That looks quite good.
So Melody will leave with a round of applause. Yeah, they know how hard she was fighting that. Right, she goes to the benches that have been newly installed.
Super strong climbing for Melody. Podium won't be for today, but I have no doubt it's coming. She's been such a strong and consistent finalist the past couple seasons.
And she's only 18 as well, so a lot closer. She is currently just underneath the podium, 4th, 29.7. Now that was the top from Erin, and that moment, trust me, we're in the crowd here in the commentary box. It was incredible as the lights went. So Mao comes on and Osh comes on, and this is a very important moment, because if she can get 3 done in this comp, only Annie is going to be able to catch her. And Annie, of course, though, with a flash of Boulder 2, is very much in touch. So big moment for Osh. And Mao, meanwhile, is also possibly in touch of the podium. She's on 25 at the moment. So the 50 would jump her up there.
Nice work. Oh, knee bar.
She wanted it, didn't she? Keeps pushing into the zone, point to the board.
Opts for that toe hook. Doesn't seem like she will.
That right foot is horrible to press off. But that has moved up to 59.6, so the zone making a big difference. Of course, missing the zone on Boulder 3.
Yeah, I think she might be kicking herself for that missing zone on the third boulder. That might come back and hurt her score a little bit, but overall it's been a super impressive round from her thus far.
Yeah, she didn't use that black volume for a long time. And then I like Mal's little look down at the hole there, just like, hey, behave. Oh, she's focused on what she's got to do, her final climb. Things very tight here.
What we kind of saw Osh trying that variation. It looks promising, but everything kind of looks promising on this boulder, and then you kind of slowly see people peel off. It's a tricky one.
Yes, they're never quite sure where you're going to fall over. It's just the friction for the feet. So tricky here. Looks down at the foot, trying to pay all attention to it. Goes again on it. What do you do at that stage? You know, it's micro movements that are causing this slip.
Yeah, it's really balancing, frictiony climbing. I will say those volumes are also quite low profile, and the wall is not as not super slabby. Yeah, there you get a bit of a view of it.
Now, we talked with a bit of surprise that Lucille might have been given that zone, and it's been taken away now, so an appeal against her, so removed, her score down by 9.5. She ends on 19.3. Osh starting to wrestle her way through this section, sitting on the hole, and gets it done with the hips in. That is 3. Oh my goodness, has Osh just done something incredible with that one?
I don't even think she used that right blue hole. She just got sat in there. That was sick.
Osh jams herself in. And that is a very special score, 74.5.
The butt jam, that was crazy. Wow.
Jammed herself in at the top, as you say. She joins Melanie.
How did she even read that? That's crazy. That was sick.
Chloe's just looking at this boulder now, trying to figure out.
Never in a million years would I have read that, but that was awesome. It's pretty rare that at like a steep angle like that, you can get no hands.
Yeah. I wonder if she's spotted it or found herself in it. You know, when you're just like, oh my goodness, hang on a second.
Yeah, she like started pressing with the left hand and was like, wait, I think I can just sit back.
Yeah.
Sit back, relax, top some boulders. Pretty nice.
I wonder if that was set. I didn't ask the route setters about that final move because I just presumed it wasn't that. You know?
I'm pretty sure that it was absolutely not meant to be that, but I like it. That was cool.
All right, let's look at Mal. She's making progress as well. The monkey in her hair. I think it's a monkey anyway. I like that. Shakes her head. Not going to happen for Mal. She has one to go.
Wow, that was crazy.
Yeah, and we will start talking about podium soon, but things are so tight, we can't really predict anything yet. But wow, that's 3 tops for Osh. Let's see how she did it. I want to see a replay of this moment.
Yeah, didn't use that other blue hole.
It did seem quite deliberate, you know?
That was so
The crowd
sick.
are laughing at the replay because it was just so like, chunk.
That was insane.
Chunk is a terrible description, I appreciate. Now, I just want to ask you, I was asking something in a sec. Yeah, I want to ask you, Melise, your other housemate. I don't know who Melise is.
Yeah, Melise Piazzalunga has competed for the World Cup team from France quite a few times, dealing with a little injuries right now, or some few nagging injuries that have been quite a bummer, but super strong athlete, and I hope we'll get to see her back on this stage pretty quick.
Okay, thank you. It's going to be a very strong house, that one. Right, Brooke Rabatou on. Let's see how her feet are feeling. Oriane rotates through. Now, I'm being told by the voice in my ear that we think it's definitely a silver for Osh, with only Annie who can beat her, but we'll just wait and see with that one.
Really curious to see Annie on the third boulder. I can see a scenario in which she might do something similar to Erin and just walk it, but then you see all these other amazing athletes struggling on it, so it's so hard to tell. And let's see if Oriane can make something happen here. She'd be happy to end this round on a top, I think. It's been a challenging round for her.
It has been, and that frustration, sort of half performative, but half real, I think, as well for Oriane. She has, as you say, not the best round for her.
No. I'd love to see Brooke get something done on this one as well. I think if she can get kind of around the corner, she could do something nice here. Has been working so much on standing on volumes like this, kind of lower profile smear standing, and she's improved quite a bit at that as well. So it would be nice if she could have a moment to kind of show how much she's improved at that.
Almost slipped, but held it on that last go. Better from Oriane, but still a little low on it. That's the scoreboard on the left. So Osh leading the way, then Erin, then Annie. Annie, of course, already has the top, as does Erin, but the three tops really put Osh ahead of everyone but Annie, who could possibly get three here. So kick, oh, I like that from Brooke.
Wow. Crazy method. I would love to see that work, but I'm thinking that the volumes might be pretty low profile. The end position's a little too precise, but I would love to be proved otherwise. It'd be sick if she could get something done on this one.
Oriane blows those holds. And you can see how steep it is. It just arcs away above her head, crosses through.
Looking a little tired on that initial position.
Oh, almost held that. So Brooke back on. Fast feet, slow feet. I think she's going to go slow. Palms down for a palm. I mean, she's so comfortable here, right? She can retreat, she can rest, she can chill, but it's...
Maybe try to cross the feet through would be interesting.
Though that is what she's standing on. You can see how little there is to stand on.
Come on, Brookie.
So Brooke cleans off those yellow volumes. And the 1 minute buzzer is about to sound here.
Like she hasn't found a method that she quite likes yet. Kind of keeps trying different things.
Oriane goes. She recovered any energy here.
That shoulder move.
Oh, big fall down, bouncing off, and that does hurt. That stings, as you can see.
Yeah, the mat's pretty stiff here. You do kind of just bounce.
Yeah. Oh, another amazing save. Such a battle for Brooke.
Hard to come out of this position. You can see her kind of looking for some screw holes or something, but there's not much. Oh.
17 seconds for Brooke Rabbitu to find something special. She's without a zone at the moment.
Trying to stay open and relaxed, but you can see she's starting to get maybe a little bit frustrated. I do think the next boulder is very much one that she could like, so I hope she stays in it and is able to give that one some good goes.
And Oriane, with a bit of a shrug, comes to meet her fellow athletes. It was just one of those rounds for Oriane, not her smoothest, couldn't find a top to sort of pull it out the bag. And that's going to leave her currently in 6th place at 19.8.
Yeah, found those first two zones quickly, but the last two seemed quite hard.
And that was a fall, really nasty, bouncing off those mats.
Wow.
Yes.
She's going to feel that one tomorrow.
So, this is the lady who can jump above Osh. She comes onto the stage, runs down towards the end. You see
what I've been waiting for. Annie, boulder 3. Let's see it.
Yeah, it's either going to create an incredibly tense last climb, or we will maybe know by the end of this one.
Yeah, curious about this last one as well, because I don't think that any of the other athletes will see that that like sidebar that Osh did. Maybe that end sequence is also super, super hard. Haven't seen anyone make it through using all the holds yet.
So, Annie Sanders, let's see what she can do here.
Allez, Lulu. Let's see if she can do something here. Very capable of putting something nice together here as well. Super powerful climber. Wow.
Ooh, nice press from Lucille.
Nice.
And he didn't like that one.
Nice move from Lucille to bring that left hand in. She's able to slow that move down. I wouldn't be surprised if we see her get into the 10 and into that next bit. That would be really nice to end on a strong note.
Annie has a little springing up. That's better. Time will be ticking away here. The athlete's sitting down. Like that Ocean Melody having a chat. Oriane takes the tape off her fingers. Yeah, so if Annie doesn't get this, it will be a medal for Ocean.
Yeah, if Annie does not do this boulder, if she doesn't zone this boulder, Ocean will win.
So, Annie.
Yeah. If she doesn't zone this boulder, Ocean will definitely win. Even if she flashes the last boulder.
So left toe on, smearing with the palm here. She's got so stretched out. Sets herself a bit like Brooke did for this spring and a press. It's so delicate with the right hand, but her weight was starting to shift over. So, Annie on the jib again.
With the zone, I think won't be enough. Wow.
Annie Sanders
I do think she needs to find a top here.
Yeah, I think so. She's got to get the 3 tops, right? Because Ocean's got 3.
Yeah.
So Annie springs up. We know how important this is. She probably does too. Slaps that volume on the way down.
Come on, Annie. Wow, I'd like to see Ocean's face, feel what's going on in her head right now. I'm not sure she knows.
Lucille still fighting hard as well. After that downgrade off the Boulder 3 for the volume. Hasn't got the zone on this one. Sorry, the zone of the volume Boulder is what I meant. 46 seconds.
Come on, Annie.
Annie in some trouble here in terms of the gold medal.
Starting to move a little faster. You can tell she's a little confused. Yeah.
Yes.
Seems a little confused, but I hope she can figure something out. Not sure what to try. I would love for Lucy to get some points here. Come on, Lulu. Allez, allez, allez. Oh.
Well, Annie steps back on Lucille, will be done. I think though she's going to have one more go.
One more try, might as well. Last round.
No.
Wow.
So Annie with no zone potentially here on this boulder. As the clock ticks away, she runs straight back on, but with 6 seconds.
For Lulu, so cool to see her in a final.
She tapped it, I don't think so, and that is it. So Osh McKenzie with 3 tops.
That is awesome.
Someone tell that lady that she's just won. Yeah, she might have just found out that she's won. There is the smile. And she gets her almost shiny, and the crowd respond because they know. Unbelievable.
Wow. Oh, that's so awesome.
The way she stood up. Oh, that's so emotional. And now the crowd get behind her and she realizes.
That is so awesome. Wow.
Talking to her sister.
She's probably like, are you sure?
Oh, she doesn't think so. Oh. Maybe not guaranteed. Surely with 3 tops though. Well, of course, we'll have to wait for appeals. Maybe that's why it was just wait and see.
Wait and see, but...
So, Erin McNeese comes on.
3 tops, no one else can do more than 2 tops.
I think...
Erin didn't...
I think her sister was just saying, look, we'll just wait for appeals.
Okay,
like, we'll just wait for everything to be crossed. So we will too. But Erin McNeese will finish off, hopefully strongly for her here. So here we go. It will be a boulder she'd usually enjoy, but has she got the skin? Has she got something left to give on this boulder?
She's not loving this start position. The podium's still very much to play for, though, I think, here. Second and third between Annie, Mao. I think Mao is still in the running if she's able to get something done on this last one.
Yeah,
she's missing that zone on one and
well, she's missing 2 zones, so only a flash is her point.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of crazy. She's on 25 currently. Erin pulls on again. Nice heel hook to get established. He's in silver at the moment at 44.1. Needs to add his own here. That should be zone, yes.
So strong.
Got to keep pushing though. We know that there's a very interesting jam available here. Of course, Erin will.
Very sneaky sequence.
She's not using it.
Wow.
Maybe it's there, you know, to be had. Friction there though.
Wow, just locking it down with that left arm. So impressive.
I think she should be in. One hand away, feet underneath her. It's going to be a top for Erin.
Good work from Erin. She's psyched on that.
69.
Awesome.
Huge for Erin here on this boulder.
Wow.
And look at that. That meant a lot to her, that as well.
Yeah. Really strong work from Erin. The ability to just lock off that move is crazy. That's such a physical sequence. We saw Melody in that position earlier. So much strength through the left shoulder to be able to do that pretty statically like that. That was crazy.
She gave absolutely everything there, and to celebrate, she's still breathing hard on stage.
Wow. Oh, she's like, are you sure?
It's guaranteed medal for Erin. Of course, Annie can make a bit of a difference to the colour of it. We'll wait and see. Wants to slap up.
She's super psyched with that. That's awesome to see her finish on a good note. Bern treats her pretty well, it seems like.
Mao's on. Let's see what she can do. 25, that's crazy, isn't it? No zones and just the 25 flash.
Just that flash on boulder number 2.
So here we go, Mao Nakamura pulling on. The clock starts. So Mao with the high left toe, doesn't like it.
I think if she manages to get this one done and Annie doesn't get the 10 points, Mao will move ahead of Annie.
Yes.
So she's also got a podium position to play for here.
We think here as well that Annie,
a provisional third.
well, even if Annie flashes that final climb, I don't think she can get above Erin as well.
All right.
Ignore that graphic a little bit. It's a bit of a strange one. It doesn't always work. So 3 minutes on the clock here for Mao.
Erin securing her spot. Come on, Mao.
Yeah, had to save herself there and couldn't quite rebalance the move. Crowd still clapping away. All attention, of course, right on the centre of this Bern wall.
Struggling a bit with this beginning sequence. Nice.
It's a bit rigid there as she hit that top,
Yeah,
that right hand.
Pretty far. I think if she can't quite get the impulse in the foot at the right time, it's like really hard to get the length, the distance for that move. But I think we'll see her do that move. We saw her going for the zone earlier.
Mao pulls on once more. She has got lots of time available to her. 1:49 left now. That's the leaderboard once again to remind you. Better from Mao, committing to the launch above that scary drop down.
Yeah, super powerful shouldery 1-2 move. We really saw Erin's strength there as she like held that black crimp one hand. Pretty impressive.
Yeah. So Mao has a little bit of a breath. Mao, little flick, little adjustment. Launches, falls again, and a roll. 50 seconds on the clock. Now with just 25 points from the round. So last time probably here if she launches it.
There's just so much swing when you're coming out to the right.
We'll give it another chance here. 16 seconds, not much progress from Mao, but a fight as always from her.
One more try, might as well. Last boulder here in Bern. Fighting for that one.
So it's done for Mao Nakamura, can't improve her score, will stay on 25, and as things stand, that means she's in 5th place with a couple to go here.
Nice work from Mao. She had a good moment on that boulder number 2. Super strong climber. I'm sure we'll see more of her in the upcoming finals.
That was as close as she came, a nasty fall down. There is Brooke Rabatu onto the stage.
Yeah, I think if Brooke tops and Annie doesn't zone, I think Brooke will be ahead, but that's a lot of ifs.
A lot of ifs, yeah. See if Brooke Rabatu can...
It would be great if she managed to get something done here, though.
Yeah, it is, you say, a lot of ifs. If she tops this, it would possibly mean some things. We'll wait and see if that happens here.
Definitely likes this style of climbing.
Held that movement so well.
Come on, Brookie. So strong. Wow.
This is a boulder built for Brooke, isn't it? And can chalk up in the middle as well. Puts the heel on to rest.
I think she'll try probably something similar to Erin here. We'll see if she can block that down. Oh,
that isn't similar. Heel hook, deep heel hook.
Wow.
Flicks the right. She does the jam.
Go, Brookie, go.
Will she have the height for the jam, though?
Reach up.
Yeah, it is there. There we go. That's what it needed. And yes, that face says it all. The second one to make the jam work.
That's so awesome.
Why not? Okay, so that puts her in 3rd, 44.1. Oh, back and forth on the podium here, but Erin guaranteed that silver, Osh guaranteed the gold. It's all going to be about who gets the bronze medal. Wow.
Hopefully she's happy to have at least put some points on the board. Looks more like surprised than anything, but oh, that was awesome.
I love that face. Just, am I okay? Does that work?
Okay, I guess. Right, but that bottom sequence getting to the 10-point hold like that was pretty impressive show of strength, I think.
So Brooke Rabatu with that last-minute excitement for us, and now we have to wait and see what Annie can do. Annie looking upset already before she goes on. Now this is where she's got to dig super deep here, sort of find some calm, amongst everything that's going on in her brain right now, and there's a lot you can see.
Yeah, we saw her get pretty frustrated towards the end of the third boulder and kind of throw her hands up like, I don't understand what I need to do here. But I think she knows, just like everyone, it's not over till it's over. There's still a lot at play here. I'm sure she'd love to leave Bern with the medal.
Yeah, that bronze still there as well. Over she goes. Everyone's tried this, everyone's really rejected it. Annie doesn't. It sticks as well.
Wow. All right. Get a bronze medal for Annie here in Bern. I don't think that can change even if she tops, but I'm sure she'll be happy to leave with a medal.
Yeah, we'll wait for that to be updated. There it goes into bronze for Annie, so she's got it, as you say. So it will be a bronze for her. Our last athlete out gets the toe hook in.
Maybe she'll match the crimp. Oh.
Kicks the leg.
Wow.
Super
her
low.
left shoulder going to work today. We'll see her reach just straight up as well.
Is she going to jam her way to glory?
It's not quite, but still making good use of that jam.
Love the jam. Well, it's done surely for Annie. Come on, let's finish it off at a high, and we do.
No problem for her on this boulder.
That top, important from her. She looks for someone to tell her where it's at. A shake of the head, but it is the bronze medal. Just pushing Brooke Rabatou out of that top three. Silver to Erin McNeice, and then gold to Osh McKenzie.
So impressive from Annie on the power boulders throughout this whole competition. She's been so solid.
Well, Osh is now all smiles. Forget about the appeals, though. She can definitely celebrate. Oh, Chloe, that was good, eh?
That was awesome. Oh, I'm so happy for Osh.
That was the flick from Annie. She had to work her way into the jam, decided not to reach all the way up through it, but used it just to reposition this move here. And then she chose to drop the leg out, put in a drop knee up towards the sloper. And relief on her face, but what could have been from Annie. She was so dominant in semis. Well, we will see the results one last time here. Osh McKenzie wins 74.5 over Erin McNeice and Annie Sanders, who just pushes Brooke Rabatou down with that top. Out of the podium to fourth. Then Melody Sikawa in the 29s, followed by Mao, Nakamura, Oriane Berton. Not the easiest round for her, and then Lucille in her first finals. Chloe, thank you so much for today. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me in the booth.
Well, we'll see the awards ceremony in a sec. We'll say goodbye to you. Thank you very, very much. Have a wonderful time in Bern. Enjoy Paris, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you, Matt.
Right, the awarding ceremonies will come in a couple of minutes. Thank you to Chloe Koskoy, USA's #1 athlete. I'm saying that because she's still here in the box, but certainly one of the best. She leaves, and we will finish things off here. But remember, tomorrow it's all go once again. We repeat things, semi-final for the men and the final in the evenings. And of course, subscribe to the World Climbing Club, the best show, in my humble opinion, on the entire internet, on YouTube. Subscribe to that, behind-the-scenes highlights and more as we wait for the ceremonies. Crowd enjoying the last seconds of this comp. I'm sure lots of them will be back tomorrow for finals. It's been pretty busy throughout, actually, the last couple of days. Qualies as well. People were watching, drifting in and out throughout the day. Oceana's first gold medal for Boulder. Oh, first gold medal. Well, the ceremony before the podiums and interviews. That's our top three on the stage. Osh and the rest come towards the middle. I'll leave you with the MC's words. The athletes fire the confetti above the crowd. They counted them down to that. Bit of drama here. It's what we like to see at world climbing. And he's throwing the last bit of her glitter back towards the crowd. Well, the lights come on. Oh, they did briefly. But we'll reset for the podium. And, of course, the winners' interviews to follow. Osh McKenzie, the first-time winner for her. What an incredible year this is shaping up to be on the world circuit. So we've got some highlights of the action we've watched earlier on. And check this out, so many big moves along the way. Well, that was a heck of a comp, wasn't it? Now, over to the interview. We have found Osh McKenzie. Let's see what she has to say to us about that win.
Shania, congratulations for your win here in Bern at the World Climbing Series. How does it feel?
I think I'm still a little bit of shock, but really amazing, I guess.
I mean, when did you realize that you won the gold medal? Because we saw you a bit confused.
Yeah, I think I found out a bit earlier, but then maybe my coach was a bit nervous to say that I definitely won. So she gave me the wrong results. And so we had to wait a little bit longer, and I wanted to be like 100% sure that I won before I celebrated so much.
And tell me about that last boulder. You were confident after your first attempt that you were going to break the beta and top it?
Yeah, I actually knew straight away. When I came down, I was like, oh, actually the last hole's not so far away. I'm going to try this method.
Congratulations once again.
Thank you so much. Merci vielmals.
Well, the podium being built, as you can see, on the centre of the stage. The athletes will come and join us in a couple of minutes. And lovely to hear from Osh as well. Remember, a feature with her on the World Climbing Club as we pause for the podiums. Let's have another look at the results. A reminder, if you will, of who has done well here tonight. Of course, everyone getting to the stage, you've got to remember you are in the elite of the elite. Osh McKenzie, 74.5, beat Erin McNeice, who was a silver medal, 69, guaranteed herself in that last climb. Then Annie Sanders, disappointed on Boulder 3. It's where she could have come back at Osh, but not on the night. No zone there, and that cost her dear. And Brooke Rabatou, that final climb, I remember that for a while. In the fourth. And then the Euroholds overall series ranking. Osh McKenzie leading the way now, 1690 over Zelia and Annie Sanders. We said earlier on she could make a big difference to that scoreboard, the leaderboard, that she has indeed. Well, if you're just joining us, welcome to the podium ceremony. We're a couple of minutes off being underway here, where we'll give out the trophies and medals to our top 3 athletes on the night. Well, here we go. The announcer announces the athletes will be waiting. 2026 Women's Bern Comp, won by Osh McKenzie. So here come the athletes. Annie leads the way in bronze, and oh, she's all smiles now. It took her a while to get that confirmation of the gold. When she did, it was a lovely moment. She stood slowly up, almost afraid to celebrate. She could certainly celebrate now. There's one of our board members giving out the medals here tonight.
Representing the United States of America, Annie Saunders.
So there is Annie Saunders with that bronze medal around her neck. New medals this year, and I absolutely love them. Really, really cool. And then from Great Britain, she was gold last year. She's silver this year. She's racking up the Euro holds points. Erin McNeese. Finally, your gold medalist here tonight from Australia. Chose to return to Australia for her off-season training this year. Oish McKenzie, you've just made your country so, so proud, and the gold medal for you. Look at that, the Oish sign held above the crowd, and a huge smile on that lady's face, well deserved. Well, congratulations to Oish McKenzie once more. They will gather together at the top of the podium to celebrate. It's a bit of a narrow podium, that top. They made it. They are climbers. We're all good. Oish with a big smile, looking super proud. Is this going to give her the confidence kick she needs coming into the rest? Is this going to open the door for more gold medals? Oh, can't wait for the rest of the season. The final few photos taken. And remember, 10 a.m. Central European time, we'll be back in Bern for the men's semi-finals.
2026.
Well, there we go. And everyone pretty much has stayed to cheer Osh on that first gold. Jumping up and down in joy. Brilliant stuff to see. Well, we'll be back in Madrid for the women, but the men's tomorrow, of course, as we try to find another gold medalist here in Bern. So thank you to my co-commentator Chloe Koskoy for joining me in the commentary box. Thank you to Nastia earlier on who joined me in semis. Well, my name is Magru. It's a pleasure calling all of the action for you guys tonight, and we'll return tomorrow for the men's competition as we try to find another champion. I will see you very, very soon, everyone. Good night for now.